So the last thing that I'm going to talk about to round out this podcast, again, I try to make this about 30 minutes long. I'm going to talk about something that a friend of the show sent me a tweet today, actually. I wasn't really planning on talking about this, but it was about April Fools. And I was reminded about the time that I made the greatest April Fool's joke, and what they called it the TTC in TTC history. And I did it with this guy named Stamm, and he was a Cowboys fan. And I never really had an issue with the guy. Again, I think he made like one video about me, and we kind of just left it as it was. He's like an A&M fan. And what happened was, like, I was just like, dude, like, I don't know what I was thinking, but it was back in February of 2009, and I said, look, right, as we get closer to April Fools, what I want us to do is I want us to, like, prank the whole trash talking circle, because nothing was happening. It was the off season, everything's boring, neither of our teams were in the Super Bowl. So I was like, look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fake that we made a bet for week 2 of the NFL season, because I think the Eagles played the Cowboys on a Monday Night Football. Very exciting game. I was like, look, we'll pretend to, like, have made, like, some sort of hat bet or some sort of money bet, and what's gonna happen is, like, you're gonna like open a box, and the box is not gonna have the money in it. The box is just gonna have, like, it's going to have, like, whatever you want to put in it, but it's not gonna have the money in it or the hat in it. And we're just gonna pretend that I sent you awful things and I told you you were this or that. Just think of a bunch of names to call yourself from someone who's an Eagles fan. And what happens is he's on screen and he has the box. Like, he's gonna open, like, he's doing some sort of gift opening or something like that, or like some sort of unboxing. And he opens the box, and it is a bag. It is a bag of McDonald's, and the bag basically says, with a note in it. There was like a hanger in there. I'm not gonna mention that part, but it was basically like, you stink, like, do something bad to yourself. I'm not gonna, like, continue that, because I understand, like, death is very dark. But he basically is like, you suck. You didn't give me my money. You're a bet welcher, which back then, like, being called a bet welcher was basically like being called, like, a bandwagon fan or something like that. You didn't want to bet welch people, or else people wouldn't trust you. So we started this whole thing, and I was like, okay, to make things crazy, I want you to vote for who you want to keep in the trash talking circle, and the person with the least amount of votes is gonna leave. And, like, I had to, like, fake leave and then be like, had him on the phone, and I was like, haha, we fooled you. And there were a lot of people who were like, oh, you didn't fool me, I knew it the whole time. Honestly, like, it was real dumb, and there were so many holes in the whole plan. Like, why would you open a box and record it on screen if you didn't know what was in it, or you knew what was in it, or you knew that it wasn't what you wanted to be in it? It was ridiculous. The acting was terrible. I'll just say this right now, but let me just say, it fooled a lot of people. People who were like, no, it didn't fool me, were the same people sending me, like direct messages on YouTube, which you could direct message people on YouTube back then. They were sending direct messages to me saying, oh, you need to pay Stamm, because if you don't, you're a bet welcher. But then, like, after the fact, they refused to, like, they refused to admit that I actually fooled them, which I did. I'd say I went ahead and fooled about 108 people, and it was funny. Him and I both did it. He did great himself too. But what was funnier was the fact that there were people out there who like didn't like Stamm and thought that what I did was amazing. So that was the April Fool's joke. It wasn't very good. I made a montage about it. I'll have to re-upload it at some point, but that was the best April Fool's joke ever. And the great part about it was the fact that no one faked their own death. I know a lot of people like to do like April Fool's fake out deaths, and I'm not all about that. That's grotesque.